Seahawks, Titans, Jackson Smith, and Jigba.
Yeah.
Went down to Broadway, got himself a cowboy hat. This guy also has a real shot at Calvin Johnson's single-season receiving record. That effort continues today in Nashville. Playing some great football right there. And after an outing in Philly, he'd like to forget Amon-Ra St. Brown returns home for a busy holiday stretch beginning with the New York Giants. This is Week 12. This is Fox NFL Kickoff.
Preparation. It's the quiet groundwork behind success. Hours before the lights come on.
We dominate all day. You're the best in the world. This is your doors on every play.
Before the roar of the crowd shakes the air. There's a stillness, the rituals, the subtle nuances, in those last silent moments. A final reminder of why you're here. This is where the noise fades.
Someone get on the ball. Watch the pass. Down the head. Chosen.
Your world narrows.
Fires end zone. How did he do that? Oh, sensational. It is caught. Magnificent.
And all that is left is what comes next. It's Week 12 on Fox NFL Kickoff.
Fox NFL Kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
The battle for the North wages on. Fox has you covered today. Lions still licking their wounds as they host a Giants team that's fought hard despite injuries. And it's a rivalry as old as it comes. Jordan Love and the Packers host J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings at Lambeau. And think those epic battles and think again. How does an NFC East classic sound? Eagles at the Cowboys. It's the one you got to get your popcorn ready for. It's America's Game of the Week at 4:25 Eastern, only on Fox. So welcome in, everybody. This is Fox NFL Kickoff. I'm Carissa Thompson. He's Charles Woodson. Alongside Julian Edelman, Jake Glazer will join us in just a moment. Happy Week 12, gentlemen. It is Thanksgiving this week. We have a lot to be thankful for. Favorite Thanksgiving dish is what, Charles?
I got to say my mom's dressing, but also with the candy yams. Gotta have them. I kind of mix them a little bit.
I like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Jules?
Green bean casserole.
Oh, you're that guy?
I love green bean casserole.
That's not your favorite. That's not your favorite.
Nope.
Yeah, I love it. The mushroom sauce on
give
there.
give me something else.
You know
Campbell's mushroom right there. You mix it with little hard onions on top.
You always surprise me, Jules.
I love
it.
green bean
Give me
casserole.
a pumpkin pie all day. I will crush pumpkin pie.
That's
but
not the meal, Carissa.
for me, it is. But you know what, guys? As lovely as this time of year is, getting everybody together is never easy. But instead of stressing, just remember we all have something to offer this season if we just show up.
This Thanksgiving, what's your team bringing to the table? First, the main dishes: turkey, ham, prime rib, only made by those that can handle the heat in the kitchen. Next are the side dishes: mac and cheese, stuffing, yams, and collard greens. Good, promising, but missing the entree. Lastly, the tableware and drinks, brought by guests who can't cook but are essential for good vibes. So as you gather around the NFL Thanksgiving table, remember everyone has a role in the feast.
All right, Charles, what are you serving up as your Week 12 storyline?
Man, I love our videos that we do.
So
I think we
good.
do the best
Team
job.
does a great job.
But you know what? The table is set, right? The food is laid out, but we got to find out which teams really want to eat. We got a couple of teams that are in contention to get into these playoffs, but they got to win. We got the Panthers. Carolina Panthers had a great game last week. They had an overtime game, a historic game. Bryce Young throws for 448 yards, but that put them a half game or a game behind in that division. But you got to go on the road and you got to play against San Francisco. So can you replicate what you did last week and do it again and put yourself further in contention? Then you got the Bears. The Bears are sitting at the top of the NFC North.
How about them Bears?
How about the Bears? Anybody think that going into the season?
7
and now
and
this
3,
is another game that you must win. I talked about them last week and beating teams with losing records or beating bad teams. I had to go at it with people on Twitter and they were like, "Oh, we can play the people who are on our schedule." I got that. So whether you play somebody with a winning record or they have a losing record when you play them, it doesn't matter. You got to continue to trend. If you're a good team, you got to get another win today and keep climbing that mountain. And then how about them Cowboys? Cowboys. This right here, though, is the must-win of the three. The Cowboys must win at home. They're playing against the defending champions. I know you feel good. You beat up on my Raiders last week. Everybody got into the mix. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, the running back. Everybody was eating. It was like Thanksgiving out there.
It was.
but you got to win the day. If you're trying to get into the dance, you got to win the day. If not, it's over.
Yeah, your season's over today if you don't win. Jules?
Charles, very correct. All potential cream teams, but right now it's the pasteurization period. You know what the pasteurization period is?
Are you going to tell us?
Yeah, it's when you heat up the milk and it kills off the bacteria and it kills off the bad teams. And we saw two teams going completely different directions Thursday night. You look at these Houston Texans,
Dang.
Hunter and Anderson, 21 and a half sacks. They look like a problem. I'm terrified of seeing him in that armband. They look mean. They look kind of like, remember in Friday Night Lights, the Dallas, Texas team, or the
Dallas Carter?
Dallas
Yeah.
Carter. It looked like
That's a
Dallas
bad
Carter
boy.
out there, fast, physical, mean. And then you look at the Bills on the other hand. I hit the panic button in week 6 about this run defense. That's still trending down. And I'm sorry to say, when it gets colder, this back part of the season, the most important part of the season, it gets harder to tackle guys. The run game's going to get harder as the season goes on, especially with cream teams.
The cream teams. But for those of you that are new here, this is the time of year that we start talking about that.
Cream
So
rises to the top, guys. We know that. The cream always rises to the top.
It always does. And we're going to get in the know now. Brought to you by Jeep. Jay Glazer,
Hey,
ladies
you
and
wanna
gentlemen.
know? I want to go right off of this.
What?
Here's something you probably didn't know, Jules, that if you take a can of condensed milk and if you boil it, it turns into the best caramel you've ever had in your life.
What?
So cream doesn't just rise to the top there. It turns into caramel.
Oh,
You do
my
it the right way.
God.
It's
This
just
guy-
called in the know. It doesn't have to just be football.
That's
I
right.
mean, they know about everything.
You are a
Great
Renaissance
one,
man,
Jay.
a
Thanks for that,
cornucopia
Jay.
of information right there. And you also have some breaking news
Yes.
on Aaron Rodgers. What's that?
Yeah, Mike Tomlin told me earlier this morning that Aaron Rodgers will not be in today. He is going to rest him today. And here's the thing. Aaron broke his wrist, but it didn't displace. So I think what they're trying to do here, and they used like a little device this week to see if he was able to do something with it. But I think in the end, they just thought, let's rest him for a week so he has more confidence. We have more confidence because the last thing they need is for him to get it landed on, and it displaces. Then he's done for the year. So, again, Mason Rudolph will end up getting the start this week.
All right, Shador Sanders.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Shador.
It's finally happening. Getting his first start. What are you hearing out of Cleveland?
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, they're going to change certain things for Shador. I did ask Kevin Stefanski this morning. He says, how many plays like the Dylan Gabriel ran with Shador? He goes, completely different. Obviously, in our offense, we have plays that every quarterback could run. But what we want to do with Shador is use plays that he's comfortable with. But more so, what their fear is, what they're preparing for, is the Raiders are going to blitz them early. So it's up to everybody to pick their game up to make sure they help Shador out in his debut. But they're excited.
Big moment for him. Okay, that Cowboys defense getting healthy. How does that change their game plan going into that game against the Eagles today?
So
Jay?
Solomon Thomas expected to be back today. So this is the first time they have all their defensive tackles since the trade deadline. With Quinton Williams, right? And you saw a difference that he already made. So I asked him, I said, so you have all these D tackles, what are you going to do? He said, this allows us to use 5-man fronts. And we're going to do it a lot. You're going to see all these guys kind of rotate different. And I said, well, how often did you use 5-man fronts before the trade deadline? They're like, not really, hardly ever. So now we're going to be able to use this in certain situations just to mix things up a lot more than we had and show some different looks than we were able to do before the trade deadline.
All right.
You know what they're saying? We are going to stop the run. That's exactly what they're saying.
Yep. Against Saquon.
But you got
That should
all
be what you're
tackles.
gonna say,
Yeah,
right?
no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, we'll have more on that game. Of course, it's America's Game of the Week coming
Condensed
up.
milk to caramel.
I mean,
Try
my
it tomorrow.
goodness.
We're gonna try it.
Look at that.
We're gonna try it.
Stick around for the
It's
next
not
hour.
cream.
God knows what you're going to learn on this show. We appreciate you, Jay.
Can't make
as
cream
always.
out of a can.
You're in the know.
Coming up, we've got our hands on the guest list for the hottest club in town. You do not want to miss this. And here's what else is coming up this hour.
Still to come, it's week 12 and we're playing all the hits. Feel the vibes as Gronk and Jules drop another Fox Bros banger. Terry Bradshaw sings his tune on the league's marquee matchups. Plus, we premiere an all-new Manning Hour with a special guest feature. And you know we have the Eagles defense in surround sound because Eagles, Cowboys, that's no one-hit wonder. And we're going to pump it up. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss a beat on Fox NFL Kickoff.
This fall, the dance floor isn't the only thing heating up. The Chiefs are looking to get back to being smooth and dangerous. And the Lions, you ask, they're louder than the bass. The Texans? They didn't come to the party. They are the party. In the NFC, the Vikings and Commanders, ice cold and playoff bold. Maybe. The Ravens? Oh, they're flying high with Lamar back. It's a night at the Foxbury.
Welcome to Club Playoff.
How you doing?
This is the place that everybody wants to be, all right? But there is a line. There is a line outside filled with teams who made that postseason last year but are currently on the outside looking in, all right? Well, I got some bouncers here, folks. Charles Woodson, Julian Edelman, my bouncers, making sure we decide who gets in and who gets out, who doesn't come in, all right, you guys? So we also got Jay.
I'm the cooler. Kind of like Patrick Swayze, but better looking.
He's the bouncer of the VIP section. So here we go, guys. First up, the Chiefs, sitting at 5-5, currently third in the AFC West. This music is fantastic. We know they can pop bottles. They're a great time. But Charles, are you letting them in the club or not?
Not letting them in the club. These guys, they think they own the club. They're trying to get in here with these white tees, Air Force Ones. We're not doing that this year. Well, I think with the Chiefs, you know what? They played in so many championship games, so many Super Bowls. I just think they're tired. So they think they can just walk in here and do whatever they want with the place. They're not getting in.
They're on the list right
They're not getting in.
Yeah, I just got confirmation. You go to the Super Bowl 5 of the 6 years, you get a key to the club. Key to the club. Key to the club.
Hey, listen, I hear both you guys also, but I got to make an educated decision here. Man, they spent this much money in the club all the years. They bring all the beautiful people in. They get the most famous woman in the world coming in. Not only are they allowed
so you guys going to let them in?
But they're going to the VIP area upstairs. Once they get in the club, man, they're the life of the party.
That's a good point, Jay. So
my word means nothing.
Hey, it's a team. We're a team.
Can't win them all.
We're a team.
Okay, next one. Texans. They started 0-3, you guys, but have won 6 of their last 8. They looked so dominant on Thursday night against the Buffalo Bills. They're third in the South, but looking, playing with a lot of confidence. Is Houston getting in the club or not getting in the club, Charles?
Man, they played so well. They looked so dominant on defense. And when you talk about those two ends that they got, Hunter and Will Anderson, look, these guys, they're bigger than us. So they're walking up to the club right now. I'm looking up at them. You know what? I'm going to let these guys in the club. They are getting in. Houston, Texans are in the club.
Yeah, they're definitely getting in the club. Who's not letting Daniil Harry in? He's terrifying. The defense, you can't block him. We can't block him right now.
Daniil Harry, also known as Daniil Hunter, but yeah, we're letting him in.
Hunter.
Every time you're bouncing, right, you get a group that comes in, they're really dangerous. And you're like, man, do we really want to stop them at the door? Because once they're in there, they're just dangerous. They're too much of a handful to get out. I think that's what they are.
I see him here in the club.
Yep.
Next up, Lions. Okay, we know what the Lions can do, but they're sitting at 6-4. They're third in the North. Jules, you giving them a table in this club or not?
Yeah, I'm giving them a table. They got way too many good football players, or we like to say at the club, ballers who like to spend money. You got to let them in the club.
Charles?
Yeah, Detroit's getting in the club. Look, I got 2 teams, of course, Detroit and the Packers getting in from the NFC North. Too good on offense, too many great players, like you just said. They're from Detroit.
You know
I love Detroit.
Here's the thing.
They got to get in the club.
Every once in a while, you got a certain group that comes up to a club, and the bouncers are like, oh, not these guys. We want nothing to do with them. Like a bunch of MMA fighters walk up to a club, and bouncers are like, just let them go in. We just don't want to deal with it. That's them. They're a bunch of fighters you want to deal with.
Yeah. Fair point. All right, after a terrible start, you guys, Baltimore, they've cleaned up nicely, okay? They know they want to get into the club. They've shined up the shoes. They're not wearing tennis shoes. They're 5-5, second place in that division. Charles, are you letting them in?
Oh, Baltimore is getting in. You got the hottest guy in the game in Lamar Jackson. Coolest guy in the game. He's getting in. He's coming in. He's got all the gold chains. He's got the gold, the grills in. So, look, they got 5 of their division games left. They're going to win those games. I got the Baltimore Ravens in the club.
Yeah, Ravens got to come in the club. You got Lamar Jackson, like Seawood said. He gets in the back door because he's so fresh.
And you don't want to mess with Derrick Henry either.
And Derrick Henry scares me, too.
Okay.
As a cooler, you got to let your bouncers do their job, so whatever they say.
Okay. Well, there's 2 other teams. The Vikings, the Commanders. We're sorry, but at this point, it looks like the club's pretty full.
Here's the deal. In real life, I actually worked at a club for a certain family, shall we say.
Sure.
And my job actually was to search people for weapons.
Okay.
Right? And one of the things I used to have to do is I used to have to go inside of belts to see if somebody had a razor or not. And the only way I'd find out
Where
is
were
if
you
I
working
cut
at,
my
Jay?
thumb. There's a place. Jeez. So if I cut my thumb, it's the only way. So nobody knows weapons better than me. They got no weapons. They're fine.
They're good. They're harmless?
Not enough weapons, yeah. Not enough weapons. Hey, my thumbs aren't getting cut today. We're good.
Oh, my God. All right, you guys, again, Club Playoff, the place that everybody wants to be, but you got to get through these guys to get inside. How about this, guys? Gronk's #1 fan, Gronk Spike Lover. Now, this is the club I actually want to go to. That's right, a night at the Foxbury. Good stuff, as always. All right, more kickoff after this.
Neil Harry.
Find me in the club. Bottle full of dub.
Neil Harry?
Yeah.
Smith and Jigba's got it. The real deal, man.
Man, he's been good. Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN, an incredible year so far, but it was a rough outing last week for his quarterback and Sam Darnold. 4 interceptions against the Rams. They still only lost by 2. But Charles, how do you feel about these Seahawks right now?
I mean, today I feel great about the Seahawks. You know, they're playing against the Titans, who are basically last in almost all the statistical categories you can think of. But I'm a little nervous about the team once it gets tougher, like once we get into the playoffs. You know, my first time ever seeing Sam Darnold play was in college, and he was playing against Ohio State University. Rough day. Pick to the house, turnovers. And so my thought of him is when he plays against these tough teams, like he played against the Rams, or last year when we thought he was up for the MVP, got to the playoffs, or towards the end of the season and the playoffs, things unraveled. That worries me about Sam Darnold, because I feel like when they get to those games, when he get to the playoffs, then he's going to turn into that guy where, you know, famously he said, I'm seeing ghosts.
Sure.
And last week, 4 interceptions in that game. They should be nowhere near winning that game, except for that defense.
Yeah.
Now, the defense will keep them in, but, man, you can't keep overcoming multiple turnover games once we get into
14
these playoffs.
giveaways, tied for the most in the league. You worried about this team, or sort of what's your take on this?
You know, I agree with Charles. I'm not worried with them today against the Titans. And I also think this could be used as a positive for Sam Darnold. If you look back at his career last year, the first time he played an important game was late in the season, and it was too late to learn from that experience. This is at a point in the season where he can fix this. He can take care of the ball and play the game the way this team needs to play the ball. You know, penalty-free, mistake-free on offense, lean on that really good defense. And I think this could be used as a positive factor for Sam Darnold, because he's in a different part of his career.
Okay, I know. I love the eternal optimism right now.
Positives.
You know what? I'm positive that we are about to welcome in one of my favorite people here at this network. We're going to get up to speed, brought to you by State Farm. We haven't seen him all year. He's been so busy talking to the president and everything. But Jonathan Vilma is in Detroit. The Lions are hosting the Giants. Good morning, Jonathan. Of course, the Lions, they struggled against Philly. But what are we expecting to see from them today in this get-right game?
Well, history repeats itself. We're going to see the Lions offense just dominate the Giants defense, and it really has nothing to do with the Giants defense. Everything about the Lions offensively, the talent that they have. When they have a bad game, they respond. We've seen them when they lost against the Packers. Then they went against the Chicago Bears, put up 50 points on them. They've lost before. Then the Commanders, they put up 44 against them as well. So I'm looking at this Lions offense. They have a bunch of talent. They have veterans that understand what it takes to win the game. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penny Sewell up front, all of these offensive weapons, they understand that they have to turn it on during the week in order to have that game, and that's what they're going to do against the Giants. Now, the Giants defensive line, we know about Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. They are very, very good. It's a matter of Jameis Winston on the other side. Can he control the ball? Because that's the best defense against an offense like the Lions, right? Can they control the ball, run the football, convert some third downs? If they're able to do that, then you're looking at a Lions offense that may only put 30 instead of 40 today, right? You know, they're still going to get theirs, just not as much, but it's going to be interesting to watch them play. I have no qualms that they're going to get right, understand what they need to do. Dan Campbell, he's the one calling the plays now. That offense will be right today. So Lions fans, you can breathe easy. You're going to see a good Lions offense come out today.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. And by the way, don't wait till week 12 to join us. We miss you around here and appreciate your time.
You bring me on week 1, week 2, I am there, Carissa. I will be there, promise.
I love that. The ultimate team guy. Thank you, Jonathan. Have a great call on the game. So, Jules, you just heard Jonathan say he's not worried at all about this Lions team at all. Will they get back on track?
I think they'll get back on track. First off, look, the Giants have the 31st run defense in the league. I expect to see a lot of Gibbs and Montgomery. Dan Campbell likes to show that he's a tough coach. So what do you do to be tough? You run the football. And I think they're going to get back to that game plan, getting Jared Goff a little more comfortable. He's in the dome this week. You saw the uncomfort of being outside last week. I tell you that right now. So getting back in the dome, getting some confidence going into this back end of the season, I think this is a perfect get-right game against the Giants.
6 of the Lions' final 7 games are inside.
Inside.
Jared Goff in sleeves isn't really
Jared Goff
performing.
loves being in the dome.
Yeah, sleeves and those 2 gloves. I hate those 2 gloves, man. But, yeah, I think, you just talk about the run defense, but also the Giants are 22nd in pass defense as well, so they'll definitely get right. But my thing about the Lions is that with Dan Campbell taking over the play call, and I don't really quite understand it, they were 2nd in the league in points per game before he took over the play call, and they were one of the top teams as far as plays over 40 yards, plays over 40 yards. So I didn't really understand why he took over the play calling, because it ain't the play calling. Like, they can score points. For me, it's about picking up blitzes and picking up, linebackers that run through and take advantage of, your smaller running backs in protection. So it was not the play calling, and I know he's in that building. He knows what buttons he needs to push, but if it wasn't broke, you shouldn't be trying to fix it.
And they're without Sam Laporta, likely for the rest of the year now because of that back surgery. So a big loss for them there. All right, this holiday, remember what matters most, you guys. Football on Fox. Speaking of the Lions, they play in their 86th Thanksgiving Day game. Big one as they host the Packers. Coverage begins live from Detroit at 11 a.m. Eastern. Coming up, 2 of the many reasons we have to be thankful here at Fox. Gronk and Terry Bradshaw join us in studio next. I mean, what? This guy's already here. That's how excited they are to join us next. Stay with us.
It's a new era for the Patriots. They thought they were going to be rebuilding in some sense.
Let's go! And the end zone is caught! Touchdown certified! It's like old times again.
It's like watching the other guy.
Yeah, Patriot. Hall of Fame inductee, Julian.
You always got to believe Foxborough forever.
I am signing a 1-day contract to retire as a Patriot.
Patriot for life.
May with the jewel of an effort.
I got Superman.
Hey, Tom, I want you to say hello to my new favorite quarterback.
Keep it up, my man. God, Patriots are back. I love it.
I mean, let's give it up for the Fox Bros, huh?
Yeah.
This has been a big year, not only for your team, you guys have won 8 straight, but also inducted into the Hall of Fame. Then you got the 1-day contract to retire as a Patriot.
Brady statue.
The Brady statue. He's not here, but hi, Tom. Hopefully you're watching.
Are you guys going to get statues? You guys getting statues?
Nah, I don't think so, Charles.
Come on, man. The Fox Bros.
Ain't gonna happen. I mean, it's only for the greatest.
I'm not
it
even
makes
getting
sense. For the greatest only.
You don't have one already?
I do have one, but I had to pay for it.
Well, that's like
I got a table weight.
That's a joke.
You got a table weight? Fair enough. Hey, last time I saw Gronk was for the Thursday night game.
Yes. Patriots
come out with the victory. Like I said, they've won 8 straight. There is a buzz. The buzz is back in Foxborough. It's good to be a Patriot. Are they the best team right now in the AFC, Gronk?
I think so. And like you said, Krista, there's a lot of energy in Foxborough right now. It was so great to be back, and you felt that type of energy, even on a Thursday night game with a short week. But are the Patriots the best team in the AFC? I think so, because they know how to be coached, and they know how to take that coaching and apply it to the field as well. And they have an offensive defense that knows how to work together. They play complementary football out there all the time, and they learn from their mistakes, and they corrected them from the beginning of the season. So the Patriots, they're the real deal.
I think it's too early in the season to just go out and determine this is the best team in the NFC.
Too early. It's week 12.
I know, but still, we don't know too much about this team in these later part of the season, which is the most important part of the season.
About?
What don't you know about them
yet? Are you turning on New England?
I'm not turning on New England, but I'm just not trying to put the jinx on them. I'm not trying to put the jinx on them. We need to go out. We need to learn. We need to get better. I'm getting buzzed right now by the Patriots.
Keeping them humble. Keeping them humble.
I'm getting buzzed.
I see what you're doing.
It's the media training.
No, I was just going to say, you're still underneath that Belichick thumb right there, making sure that you can't get too excited. Hey, you get the Bengals today. No Joe Burrow in this game. You guys feeling good about this one?
Feeling pretty good.
Okay, we're feeling good about this
They're
one.
saying it's a trap game, but it's no trap game. The Patriots are going to take care of business.
I tell you one game going in the remaining part of the schedule that you kind of circle if you're a Patriots fan.
Ravens.
It's the Ravens.
Okay.
Because that organization, they know how to win late in the season. Yep. They're playing better football than they had earlier in the season. And the Patriots, we still don't know when the weather changes how this team's going to be. It's still a very young team, which has a lot of bones. There you go.
So we're going to stay in the AFC. The Colts are going to face the Chiefs in Arrowhead. This is a huge game for the Chiefs, Terry. Yeah. Okay, who do you like in this one?
I'm going to go with Kansas City. Okay. I have not. It's too hard for me not to believe that this team is as good as I think they are. Now, they've struggled, got that, but they're too talented offensively. I love their quarterback, and I definitely love their coach, Andy Reid. So I'm not getting off their bandwagon.
They got to play against a fresh Indianapolis Colts team, though.
The Colts are healthy. Coming off a bye week. They got Jonathan Taylor.
So it sounds like you like the Colts.
Yeah, I like the Colts as well.
What is the matter with you guys?
I'm with you, Uncle Terry.
Tape? That's all I do. All week I study tape.
Did you see the Chiefs against the Broncos?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that
game? All Jonathan Taylor.
All right, well, let's move over to the NFC playoff race right now. The Bucs have dropped 3 of their last 4. They visit the red-hot Rams tonight. We will see them. Terry, is this a must-win for the Bucs?
I think so. I mean, they've still got Carolina twice on their schedule, who's in their division. But I tell you, Baker Mayfield. Y'all recall when he played against the Raiders? He came in and
Don't remind me that.
The 98-yard drive.
This is for those of you that don't remember. He was with the Rams. He played one game.
This is the time of year where you don't second-guess teams that are playing good. New England's playing good. I think the Rams playing good. They're going to continue playing good. Home field advantage in the playoffs is huge, and I think this game today for the Rams, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think a must-win for the Bucs because they have, the Carolina Panthers are on their heels, but the Carolina Panthers have to play San Francisco today, and like you said, they got to play Carolina twice. And the Bucs' remaining schedule is pretty favorable to them, so I don't think it's a must-win game for them today. But I would like to see them play
and
well.
they get Godwin back today.
Huge. Between the Rams and the Eagles, you guys who's the better team between those two right now as they both sit atop the NFC?
I got to go Rams just because they're a more complete team. We know about their offensive struggles in Philadelphia. There's no offensive struggles. When there's an offensive struggle day with the Rams, Stafford still throws 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? So,
I would say Rams when they're not playing the Eagles. The Eagles just know how to beat the Rams. Like I said,
that was
Eagles,
a one-block field goal. They wouldn't have.
Didn't they beat them last year to go on and win the Super Bowl?
We're not talking about last year. We're talking about this year.
No, last year as well. I like the Rams.
You like the Rams?
Good chance.
Complimentary.
Stafford,
a team.
McVay.
An L is an L.
Hold on. A team that I'll speak for myself, that I'm very surprised about, the Panthers. They are just 1 game back of the Niners, who have that 7th seed despite a rash of injuries, which is how they continue to win without some big names is beyond me. But, Terry, who do you like Monday night, Panthers or Niners?
Carolina needs to win kind of one big game. They need to win one big game as a young team, and they say to themselves, oh, we can beat a great team. I remember one year, I told my father coming into the season, we were 6 and 8 the year before, but really young and good. And I said, Dad, we're playing 4 playoff teams this year. If we can win 2 of the 4, then we're going to be really good. Mm-hmm. We won all 4 of those games and went on to win the Super Bowl. One game sometimes can turn a young team around, and all you need is that extra little boost of confidence. And boy, off you go.
So you're saying Carolina can win the Super Bowl?
I'm not saying they can win the Super Bowl.
That's what I was going to say.
They can beat the 49ers.
Panthers.
Yes. No.
Believers or not a believer?
Not a believer. They're so inconsistent.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's just not right.
Oh, okay.
You got it. What's wrong with you? There was a time when your team wasn't that good and you got on a run, and here on television,
what team was that?
I went and told America
the playoffs every single year, Terry. I mean, it sounded like you had a losing record. You were 6 and 8 at one time.
It's irritating to the viewer out there.
I'm right and you're wrong. He wants to know what team he was on that wasn't good.
Well, New England.
Yeah, we were so-so. You're right.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Terry, Gronk. Thank you for spending a little time with us.
Okay, we're like at the hip, the two of us.
I know.
Yeah, we love each other.
I'm teaching him highlights now. He's going to be doing the highlights.
Oh, wow.
I'm taking one of them today.
Yeah,
maybe if I'm
It's
feeling
going to be
good.
great.
Yeah.
Going to be great, America.
I can't
I'm
wait.
real
My
great at
favorite
pronouncing
highlight
names.
Terry ever did. He goes, I don't know this guy's name. I'll know him when he gets good. My favorite highlight ever.
I wasn't lying.
Everyone knows your name.
No, yeah.
All right, you guys, coming up next, as we look at the quiet before the storm in Dallas, we'll get into America's Game of the Week, Eagles, Cowboys, when kickoff returns.
See, that's a team that if they win today, the Cowboys.
I like the
Cowboys, Eagles.
One of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. This is about to be 60 minutes ahead. You guys do not want to play with us.
The best find angles no one else sees.
To the end zone, touchdown. The boys are disrespectful.
The greatest block shots before they're taken.
Good play, touchdown, Jim.
Line it up, call your shot, make it count. Because one clean hit reframes the game.
It's getting chippy down there. Nobody likes anybody in this division. Old school NFC.
There's no doubt that this is the best rivalry.
Reset.
It's about us. It's about this team.
Chalk up.
What you gonna do with your mama right now?
Lock in. The table's set again.
It's cool when you freak to the beat, but don't sweat the technique.
Well, the Cowboys come into this matchup with the #2 scoring offense in football. They'll face an Eagles defense that's both proud of their championship reputation and having fun living up to it.
You say you play by a standard. You want everybody to live up to that standard and play by that standard. You yourself got to do that standard every day. You got to show the guys that you're serious in everything you do.
Very intense guy, though.
It's like a bulldog.
Kane Corso.
We actually talked about
Dachshund.
this. No, I'm not a Dotson. You said golden retriever.
No, I said Kane Corso.
You're not a Kane Corso, dude.
Big dog.
Bring the dogs up front. Tipped and picked. And it's Cooper to Gene.
The dynamic duo back at it.
Oh, man, they got a spotlight on them, and they play up to it.
I love it because they're just themselves. I'm real big on connection.
Drops back. Jalen Hurts runs it for first and more.
Most likely to pull a prank, Jordan Davis, probably.
What? Prankster? Who told you that? What? That's not me. I love building the culture. I love being a part of the culture because this job is hard enough. Even though I'm serious, you always want to make time to have fun because at the end of the day, this moment isn't forever.
I mean, this dude he's a monster. He's a beast. But he's just hilarious. I mean, he makes you laugh every time you see him. I love the guys I play with. You don't need to change who you are. You know, you just need to be who you are.
It comes down to doing everything that you can do to win, but also helping the guys, everybody with you, bring out the best of everybody.
You never want to let your teammates down when you're out there on that field.
There may not be a more disruptive defense.
They are the team to beat in the NFC.
Give it to him.
We hold a standard in our room, and guys play to that standard. That's just who we are as the Eagles defense.
Man, a defense like that, having fun off the field, then you know they're having fun on the field.
Right.
And for me, when I think about this defense, and it's really the team in general, if my phone rings and Howie Roseman's name shows up on my phone, I'm not answering because he seems to always come out on the right side of the deals that he makes.
I was going to say, if you're playing, I'm answering that and be like, yes, I'll come.
No. I'm not sending them extra weapons. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
if you're
look
the
at-
other GM, I'm
you're
like,
the
as a
other
player,
GM.
I'm like, I'm headed over there.
No, other GMs. When you think about what they already have in Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, what you just talked about, N'Kobe Dean, who he drafted a couple of years ago. If you watch him against the Lions, watch him rush, watch him cover people in space. And then to bring over Jalen Phillips from Miami. That's what I'm saying.
That was a guy that was
they make a
excited
call,
to go,
then you
right.
bring in Jalen Phillips, whose first impressions in the 2 weeks that he's on the team, Howie Roseman just continues to plug guys in when they need him most. Whenever we lose a guy, you know what? He brings in another guy that there's no step down. He brings in a guy who's going to give you the same intensity, the same production. And so that's what I like. Man, that film just says it all. Whenever I've played on a team and guys just had fun and we were joking around, then you know that on the field we were also having fun because everybody knows their position, what they're supposed to do. where they're supposed to be, and that's why they continue to be in games. You play against a team like the Detroit Lions, that's a high-flying team, puts up a lot of points, and you hold those guys to 9 points.
You know what's so interesting about that is like all the drama, is on the offensive
on the other
side of the ball, and then you see the defensive side of the ball. But again, despite the drama,
the defense is the glue. Hold it together. Offense, you do your thing over there. Have your little turmoil.
Are you talking to Julian? Are you talking?
Well,
to
he's an
Julian?
offensive guy.
Oh, I know. That's why.
Do your thing. We'll handle it on the defense.
You got to score points to
you
win.
guys want to come along?
You got to score points to win.
All right, let's talk about.
Not many. We're gonna hold those guys at 9 points.
That's true.
A big test today for this Dallas Cowboys team, who, again, some can argue, they haven't really played anybody. They're taking on the Eagles. They played them week 1. They lost, and no Jalen Carter in that game because remember he got ejected.
Spitgate.
So if the Cowboys lose today, they only have a 3% chance to make the playoffs. You like the Cowboys?
That ain't
Why?
good.
I like the Cowboys because they got a little mojo going right now. They made a bunch of offseason trades. They get Quinnen Williams, Logan Wilson in the trade for their defense. They also bring in back Overshown, Solemn, and then Malik Hooker's back. So they got a lot of holes. They had a lot of holes early in the season. They've addressed those holes, and their offense is elite. So if they can get their defense to play decent football, good decent
What does the
football,
addition of Quinnen Williams do for this defense?
I think he brings a lot because when you have a problem in the middle of the pocket for a quarterback who loves to be in that spot, which is 7 yards right behind the center, that ruins everything for all quarterbacks because then you got a guy in your face, it's hard to make throws. So I think he is
Solomon
a huge...
Thomas
and
back.
that's the thing about Quinnen Williams is he's not just a run stopper.
No.
Like he's a guy that can get to the quarterback. But my thing, though, with the Cowboys is that they struggle in the secondary. And this is what I've always said. But this is what I've always said about Philly. They'll play the game however you want to play it. If it's a low-scoring game, we'll play a low-scoring game. Yeah, we have problems on the offense, and there's always bickering going back and forth. But if it's got to be a 34-32 game, we'll play that game, too.
You like the Eagles today?
I like the Eagles today.
Is it even close?
Oh, it'll be close.
Okay.
It'll be close.
You can't, I mean, we haven't seen him score 30 points yet.
High-scoring game.
We haven't seen him score 30 points yet. We know the Dallas Cowboys could. We know the Cowboys could score.
I just told you.
I know, but still.
Philly will play the game however you want to play.
But we've never seen them score 30 points this year, really.
We're going to see it. I'm trying to tell you.
We're going to find out today.
What's going to happen today, Jules?
We know the Cowboys could score 30 points. I don't know. Shoddy and Vic, they played against each other a whole lot.
You're talking about Vic Fangio.
Vic and Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer. Take a shot and say it again. If it is close, the Eagles 7-1 in one-score games this year.
You don't say.
Come on, man.
You don't say. All right, for over a decade now, Cooper Manning has crawled inside every nook and cranny of this football business, and today he examines our ever-evolving version of what makes a good referee.
As the game is modernized, have referees become too handsome? We here at the Manning Hour have found a source with inside information willing to speak on the subject, as long as we protect his identity.
The idea that referees have somehow become more handsome it's absolutely ridiculous. Handsome, sure, but not like TV rules expert handsome.
Charles Woodson?
No, it's a voice modulator for secrecy.
Latte for Mr. Manning?
Dean Blandino?
Guys, really?
Oh, this is good. Very good.
I can't believe I agreed to do this.
Are referees doing things just to get a little more airtime to show how handsome they are?
I think you might be onto something. We have entered into a new era where we wear shirts that are probably 2 or 3 sizes smaller than
Right.
we should be.
What size do you think this is?
Is that a kid's medium?
What attracted you to rule enforcement?
I think it was the one day in 3rd grade when I was the hall monitor.
Yeah.
And I just, the power to make, the decisions between you can go to the bathroom, you can't.
It's all about the power.
100%. Power, control. I mean, that's what officiating, that's what it is.
Do you defend refs?
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't say I'm going to be the superhero of refs where I have to defend them all the time. But when they're...
Superhero.
Okay.
Whatever, Batman.
You're not even a real journalist. That's a red vine.
It still writes. All I need to know here is right is you are a terrible guest.
You know what? Yeah. Screw you. All right, I'm out of here.
Great to see you, Bland. That's it for the Manning Hour Special Report. The investigation is still pending.
Suck it, Cooper.
Oh, real mature, Dean.
I also love that Dean's title was Narc. Dean Cooper, you guys are the best. All right, head to Fox Sports app to play Super 6, sponsored by DraftKings. It's a free-to-play game where you can win real money. Who doesn't want that? One of today's questions, who will have the most completions today? Brissett, Darnold, Goff, or Prescott? We talk NFC North when we return. Also, fun fact, Glazer just told me, Dean Blandino, stand-up. Some players just make it easy to celebrate, you know what I mean? Brought to you by Bud Light. After back-to-back losses, J.J. McCarthy could use a reason to celebrate, though, as the Vikings head into that meeting with the Packers. Maybe, though, there is a reason for hope.
After getting off to a blistering hot start,
Touchdown!
Green Bay's gone ice cold. The offense completely froze up against the Panthers, then failed to find a spark versus the defending champs.
Not a good sign for the Packers.
This offense is broken.
And although the Packers thawed a little against the Giants,
Packers! Green Bay's got the lead!
to reach their full potential, they'll have to snap this cold spell, just as the temperature plummets.
So can they heat up? Let's talk to our Packer here. It's been
Before we even go with that, I just want to tell you what can thaw him out a little bit here. Josh Jacobs is not going to play today. He's going to be out. They just took him out in the field beforehand. He has this knee contusion. They're afraid if he gets hit, he's going to blow up again. He's about as tough as you can come.
Yeah, if he can play, he's going to play. Yeah.
That's not good news.
That's not good news.
Yeah.
And that probably what you're going to ask me is how I feel about my Packers and them going forward.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about the Packers and where they are right now, especially with Josh Jacobs being out. You know, the run offense hasn't been that good this year, 19th. They were 5th in the league last year, and so the injuries are creeping up on them a little bit. We already know about the loss of Tucker Kraft a couple of weeks ago. I remember talking to Mark Murphy, who was the CEO of the Packers for years, and he was going on and on about Tucker Kraft. And he showed you what he brought to the table. You talk about matchup problems. When you put a linebacker or a safety on him, you're throwing him the ball. And that offense was rolling when he was in there. Such a great connection between him and Love. So I'm a little nervous because they're not running the ball and then losing weapons. And then on the outside, the perimeter, the receiver, somebody's always out in the receiving.
They got a lot of them, though.
They got a lot of them. They always plug one in, but you can't get that continuity that you want going forward when everybody's out.
Big week for them, of course, to get the Vikings today, and then on Thanksgiving, they have the Lions. I want to stay in the North right now. Caleb Williams and this Bears team, 7-3, top of the division. Can they keep it going, Jules?
They can keep it going, but they got to learn to start faster. You can't live and die by these fourth quarter comebacks. It comes up and it'll bite you in the butt when it comes to the end of the year when you're playing against teams that are really good football teams. But what is evident is Caleb is getting more comfortable in this offense, and he's growing confidence because of these late heroic wins. And the more he gets operationally going in Ben Johnson's system, the easier it's going to be for him. We need him to play a little more boring football. Okay, let's hit our layups. Let's hit our little, hitch routes. Let's hit our little check downs. Let's not try to always do the crazy things, which we love that he does that, and he's crazy good at improving.
Yep.
But he needs to play a little more boring defense, and it's showing each week he's getting more comfortable.
But you just said something. Here's the biggest thing, right? 3 games ago, I think, was their turning point. What I mean there is against Cincinnati, right? The end of the game, they came all the way back. In the past, they would look to like they'd be on the other end of that. It's 3 games in a row now. And now, Ben Johnson, I talked to him about it. He's like, our mindset is if there's time left, we're in it.
We still have a chance.
Huge difference.
We always talk about it, too, mentality. Yep. Finding ways to win and having the confidence to know that you can do it at the end.
Toughest remaining schedule, Carissa, so they're going to need that tough mentality.
I love that. And also, Glazer told us at the beginning, no Aaron Rodgers today. Mason Rudolph will be the starter this week. NFL players wearing custom cleats through My Cause, My Cleats to spotlight the causes closest to their hearts. NFL.com/MyCauseMyCleats to learn their stories, bid on the cleats, and support the charities making a difference in communities. More Kickoff right after this. As I mentioned before the break, My Cause, My Cleats campaign is back. It's such an awesome thing that the NFL does and allows us to also get involved. Charles, what is your cause and your cleat?
Charles Woodson Clinical Research Fund, my fund at the University of Michigan. We provide seed money for pediatric research. We have a tournament or an event every year called Event on the Main. We raised over $1 million this past year. So I got to thank Scotty Passing, Kristen Finn, Maya Clem for heading that and making it as successful as it is, and this is all for the kids.
That's amazing.
Mine is Put Me In. It helps kids with incarcerated parents get funding for sports. Great way to teach kids structure that need the structure. Awesome organization's been going since 2020. We're growing bigger and bigger every year.
Wow, I love that, you guys. Thank you
Fantastic.
so much. And for more on these and so many other My Cleats, My Causes, go to NFL.com. Have a great Sunday, everybody. These are our picks.
Cowboys.
Fox NFL Sunday starts right
Fox is
now.
football.
Fox is football, baby.